first stop of the evening, we found ourselves a bike. And we have a trailer that is half full of scrap already. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Yep, I think that's good enough for now. Oh, by the way, welcome to the Polly the Wog channel. We're out picking up scrap metal on the curb, in case you didn't notice. And let's see how much more scrap we can find tonight. Well, we just saw another bike on the curb, but it was sitting there all by itself, so we left it right where it was. But these two lamps are coming with us. Grab my snips. And tie the tie job. Yeah, I did quite the little job there. Alright, that's one. And two. Come on. There we go. Alright, that stuff's in there good enough. I was going to dump this in a container, but there's no container. Oh well, I guess I'll put them on the floorboard. Alright, let's carry on. What does this say? Free! Free all day long. Well, that's not very much scrap, but we'll still take it. If I can wedge it in there. Good enough. Well, I hope we find more than just chicken wire. Well, this is apparently the night for bicycles. 3 bikes, foosball, backpack blower. All right. Wait for the traffic. And she slowed down just to get a good look. I don't know if she thinks that we're like stealing stuff or what, but we make sure it's out for scrap. And this is pretty unmistakable.
Anything else there, do we?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, that's not going to go anywhere.
I'll put this one right up with that other one.
Alright, they're in there. Definitely a bicycle night. I hope we find some more stuff, but then again, I don't know where we're going to put it, but let's just see what happens. Carrying on.
I'm going to put it in the back of the truck.
Got an air conditioner on the curb. Oh, we got some other scrap donations. Somebody's given us little canisters full of nails. And there's another one full of bolts. Yeah, there's 10 pounds of bolts. Yeah, that's a lot of bolts. So many, I'm dropping them. Hopefully that doesn't tip over. My brother got the AC, stuffing it in there. He loves processing the ACs. All right, let's carry on down the road and see what else we find. Well, this might be our last stop at this rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chairs.
8 chairs? Yeah. I was going to ask if they're aluminum, but I've already got my answer to that. Well, at least these ones. These ones are rusty, but those ones might be. I don't think so.
Nope.
Alright.
Nope. Yeah, we're just gonna have to start piling them on.
Let's do these ones first.
See if anything stacks.
This strap's not doing anything there.
That's as good as they stack. They don't really. They're heavy being steel chairs.
Oh, they don't stack either.
No,
Hey,
none of them do. That's the best that these ones stack. They just sit on top of each other.
well, I guess we're done then after this, aren't we?
Pretty much.
Yeah, just put them wherever you can put them.
They are going to be strapped, so and just the table. Whoops. Put one on, knock one off. Yep.
All right, pull this one strap through, I guess. We're going to start with just putting it through over this table, I guess, to hold the table on top of the barbecue.
Oh.
Through here. There. Got it right?
Yep.
I'll do this if you want to start getting up more.
He's getting all fancy, keeping them all nice and tidy.
There it's on. You're doing that one, I'll work on the next one. get it over this. There we go.
It's hooked.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much going to be done. I'm sure we'll probably check a few more streets just to see what we can see, but
See if there's anything that we can fit in the back.
yeah, exactly. There's always a little bit of room in the back. My brother does have quite a bit of personal stuff in the back, but there is definitely room to slide stuff in on top. And you know, smaller things would still fit into here. All right, we got that strapped in. We're gonna carry on down the road and see if we might find something else. I don't know. That's pretty good. There was a lot of furniture for one stop. All right, carrying on. Well, a scooter is an appropriate sized scrap item for how full we are. I have one of these dumpster bags, but it doesn't look like it's anything but dirt and a brick. There we go. That's a good home for it. All right, carrying on. Well, we're just gonna double check our straps, and I think we're gonna call it, because we drove around for another half an hour, didn't see anything at all. And yeah, considering how full we are, we must have 700-800 pounds on here. So yeah, I think we're just gonna call it a night and say that this is our glorious load of scrap. All right, well, we're getting ready to head to the scrapyard this morning, and we just spotted this little red air compressor sitting out here. So yeah, why not?
I'll take that.
There's the little pull thing. It's funny, you'd have to pull it right towards this, which there's no room to pull it.
That's fair. Yeah, well, there she goes.
I don't know. Again, I have no idea where to put it.
Yeah, I know. In the back of the truck, unless you got your keys with you, you could open the back of the truck. That was weird to just happen to glance over and saw this out of the corner of my eye. Perfect. Always got to push that corner. There, perfect.
All right, let's go to the scrapyard and sell some scrap. Well, here we are at the scrapyard. Way up on the big scales, and we'll go hit the tin shred pile and get it unloaded. I'm still surprised this scrapyard doesn't have an outside digital display to tell you your weight.
Yeah.
Hate that rocking motion on your scale.
Yeah.
This is a mighty big scrapyard. And tin piles way in the back.
All right.
Hey, good day, good day, good day.
Yeah, fun jobs. Just mountains of scrap metal everywhere. this is our shred pile back here.
Sir.
Can't get this one buckle to let go. There we go. Here's your other.
I'm not going to wrap them up for now. I'm just going to show you that.
Hooked on a bike. That's weird. This is tied to the barbecue.
Yeah, I tied it.
that's that, I guess. All right, time to go get paid. What's that? Oh yeah, the compressor. Almost forgot our last minute find. And into the pile she goes. Oh, a backpack blower, yeah. I think that was it. All right, let's go get weighed and paid. Have a good one.
Yeah, you guys too.
This is where they bring the whole train cars into the yard right here, and they derail them and cut them up.
Yeah, they use that big flat piece of metal to derail.
Yeah, a big flat sheet of metal there. They've just laid over the tracks and pull it straight onto the sheet of metal to get it off the rails. Yeah, you can see all the little pieces all over the place. Yeah, all these big cut up pieces, all from rail cars. Well, I've been guessing that that load was 700 to 800 pounds, and we'll find out. Hopefully more, not less. Yeah, big wire stash. Lots of number 2.
Still like to know how this pile of stuff gets here.
Yeah, I think somebody just dumps it. Somebody just dumps it there. Maybe it's a homeless person's stash, and then they come back and pick it up and sell it. All right, my brother's gonna go get paid. Well, wasn't that fun? That was different, eh? This morning I come to the scrapyard. I know I normally don't record at the scrapyard, but our video yesterday was a little bit short, so I figured, hey, why don't I just go to the scrapyard in the morning with my brother, and we'll record that for a change. I don't know, let me know down in the comments below if you like seeing the scrapyard here this morning. If you do, maybe I'll do it more often. I always figure that, you know, people really only want to see what you pick up and what you find and how much you got paid for it. And after watching you pick it all up, I didn't think there was a lot of interest in watching you unload it all at the scrapyard again. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments below. Alright, I'm going to wait for my brother to come back with the receipt, and we'll find out exactly what we got paid for this load. So that was different, eh? Bringing you along to the scrapyard with us this morning. I thought I'd include that and just switch it up, try something a little bit different. But anyways, so it turns out that we had 55 pounds of enamel tin on the trailer. That probably was the bicycles that were on there because of the rubber tires and different things like that. It's usually bicycles that they dock us for. So 55 pounds of enamel tin. Enamel's going at $210 per ton, or 10.5 cents per pound. So that paid us $5.77. Now, the rest of our load was 845 pounds of regular tin shred. That's going at $230 per ton, or 11.5 cents per pound. And that came out to $97.18. So altogether, on our load this morning, we had 900 pounds of scrap metal, and we received $102.95. Not too bad. I like that a lot. Anytime we can break the $100 mark, I'm pretty happy with that. But anyways, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the scrapyard this morning, and I really hope I see you right here in the next video.